Hi, my name is Dilasha Mainali. I'm from YUWA, and joining us here today is our guest Sanskriti Pandey. Thank you for being here, Sanskriti.
Thank you so much for having me. Hello, everyone. I'm Sanskriti Pandey. I'm UA's president. Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you know why we're here today?
I have a little idea. So I guess you guys have planned something special, a conversation. So can you tell me more about it?
Well, as you know, that it's Valentine's Day week, and today is one of the days. अब तिमीलाई कुन डे भन्ने थाहा छ? रोज डे, प्रपोज डेहरू हुन्छ नि. आज कुन डे होला?
Today's second day, is it chocolate daddy day?
Close, but not really. But it is actually propose day today. Usually a day where we commit to our partners, preferably so. But who are you committing to this propose day?
Well, I don't have a partner to commit to. But then I think today we have to raise an important topic, and it's we have to commit to our Mother Nature, our Mother Earth. So yeah.
सो हामी चाहिँ आज क्लाइमेट चेन्जको बारेमा पनि अलिकति डिस्कस गर्न गइरहेको छौँ. सो आई वुड लाइक टु नो योर थट्स स्पेसिफिकली संस्कृति अन क्लाइमेट एङ्जाइटी. डु यु हेभ एनी थट्स अन द्याट?
Yeah, I think a lot of people feel climate anxiety. Tara, one of the thing is, jun climate anxiety jun हामीमा हुनुपर्ने हो, it's still not there भन्छु, because it feels distant. हाम्रो daily lives we think it's not affecting us, because when we think about climate change, we think about glaciers melting, we think about deforestations, like things that are very huge, things we are not able to control, अनि त्यसपछि हामीले के नै गर्न सक्छ र भनेर, अनि there's no like climate anxiety with a lot of people if you go and talk to people भने, but then it's actually a lot closer to us than we think it is. किन भन्दाखेरि we notice it in very little things होइन. बच्चादेखि अहिलेसम्म what have you witnessed हुन्छ नि, what have you seen changing around yourself, like if you notice the small things, you know how climate change has been affecting you, your family, your community. So I think that's my opinion, my thought about it. What about yours?
You know, I'd like to add on that because I believe that too. किनकि मलाई पनि I feel like सानसानो कुराहरूमै म्याटर गर्छ. फर इक्जाम्पल अनेस्टली भन्नुपर्दा I feel like Kathmandu is getting hotter than when I was a kid. होइन, अनि just like small little the art of noticing भन्छु. Climate change can feel a little bit overwhelming, but just like love, small consistent actions can help us move towards climate care.
Yeah, I completely agree, and I really like the term climate care, because एउटा कुरा चाहिँ we need to care for the planet because it's caring for us. But I think one of the things is whenever we do programs भयो or anything at all, त्यो Earth Day भन्दाखेरि अथवा when there is a major event happening, then only grand gestures दिइरहेको हुन्छ. Okay, now it's time to plant, or now it's time to do this or have this conversation, but it's not about that. It's about like everyone coming together and consistently putting in that effort. So मैले चाहिँ consciously सकेसम्म क्लाइमेटको लागि भनेर इभन मैले प्लास्टिकहरू धेरै युज नगर्ने होइन. सो इफ अ शपकिपर इज गिभिङ मी प्लास्टिक, मैले होइन दाइ मलाई पर्दैन प्लास्टिक, द्याट मेक्स अ डिफरेन्स होइन. सो त्यस्तै गर्दा नट जस्ट इट स्टार्ट्स विथ मी, बट इट डज नट एन्ड विथ मी. इट निड्स टु बी अ मुभमेन्ट फ्रम like a lot of people, because at the end of the day मेरो actions will also need to be resonated with a lot of people. किनभने मैले एकजना मान्छेले डिफरेन्स कतिसम्म गर्न सक्छु भन्ने कन्भर्सेसन आउँछ. वी निड टु टक टु अर्गनाइजेसन्सहरू, कम्पनीजहरू, बिकज म्याक्सिमम प्रड्युस हुने भनेको कम्पनीजहरूले प्याकेजिङहरूमा भयो. लुक एट द एक्जाम्पल, भाटपटिनीले जब प्लास्टिक लाइक छोड्यो नि, लाइक गर्न, एन्ड त्यहाँ अहिले चाहिँ नि क्लोथ ब्याग्सहरू राख्न थालेको छ. त्यस्तै गर्दा त्यसको प्लास्टिक कन्जम्सन सिग्निफिकेन्टली लेस भयो नि त. सो इट कम्स विथ नट जस्ट के भन्छ, मैले एकजनाले भन्दा पनि a lot of people need to realize that it starts with me, because one voice can raise multiple voices and raise that awareness, but action needs to be taken by all of us.
Kind of like a ripple effect.
Yes.
Will that term makes sense in this scenario.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, yeah, I totally agree with you. I think it's the little things we do अनि हामीले आफ्नो everyday लाइफमा चाहिँ सानो ह्याबिट्सहरूलाई कसरी इन्कर्पोरेट गरिरहेछौँ त्यसमा पनि भर पर्छ जस्तो लाग्छ. So transitioning to our next segment, I have wrote down some vows for you to read out loud. त्यो पढ्नु हो अनि त्यसपछि let me know what you think about it. अलिकति can you do the honors?
It's actually very cute, Anna. Yeah. So first vow is we vow to be more mindful of what we eat and how much we waste. I think that's very interesting because when I was thinking about climate, I was not thinking about food consumption. Anna. So yeah, I think it's very important that we consume food that is very kind to ourselves as well as the environment. Anna. I think that's what this vow is about. And how much we waste, absolutely. Anna. So from it could be even wasting paper, and how we can recycle things.
And circling back to your plastic or not
Yeah.
कम use गर्ने.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think how much we waste भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ it comes down to a lot of things, from clothes देखि लिएर fast fashion को कुरा आउन सक्यो. And also we have plastic, धेरै waste नगर्ने. अनि again how much we eat भने again I'm very happy that you put nutrition and put farmers in this vow. So that's very nice. So the second vow चाहिँ नि we vow to choose greener ways whenever we can. That's very interesting because I want to relate it to मेरो studies पनि. So I'm studying MBA, होइन. So whenever we talk about businessहरू अहिले चाहिँ नि we talk about three principles के the triple bottom line भनेर. So तिनवटा भनेको चाहिँ एउटा profit भइहाल्यो. Another is we have product and the last thing is planet के. So when we determine success, planet is very important. So I'm not just talking about businesses that just clicked into my mind. Another thing is greener ways does not always mean you have to business because there's a lot of things we can do, even using public transport. So that is a greener way that you can do, and it's also affordable. So another thing is we can do that. अरू चाहिँ नि मेरो दिमागमा यसो क्लिक भइरहेछ.
Recycling is one of the very important part of climate, changeहरूमा.
Yeah. So I think त्यो पनि भयो. अनि त्यसरी greener ways also माथि भनेको conversation पनि आउँछ. Plastic consumption को कुरा आउँछ, हैन. अनि also the thing is whenever we use झोलाहरू पनि even if we carry our own, त्यो multiple ओडा चाहिँ नि even though it's cloth bags, we can still reduce the waste. It's still a greener way to go about things, right? So त्यो भयो. I think that's what we mean by the second vow, right?
Yes.
So okay, the third vow is we vow to use only what we need and respect the resources we have. That's very important. Again, we know that complete lifestyle change गर्न सकिदैन. अनि it's very hard to do that because at the end of the day comfort कुरा पनि आउँछ, convenience को कुरा आउँछ. If one thing is cheaper, convenient, नजिकै पाउँछ भने I'm more likely to choose that thing, right? But it's also important कि we are trying to हुन्छ नि सकेसम्म चाहिँ नि we respect that के भन्छ resource we are using के त्यो time and again हुन्छ नि पायो भन्दैमा जति नै use नगरौँ, हैन. So if marksहरू के गर्यो भने throw away marks को सट्टा we can use a marks that is made of cloth, हैन, and that can be upcycled के. So we are respecting the resources we already have. Another thing is if क्लोथ्सहरू होइन एकदमै जिन्सहरूको प्यान्ट्सहरूमा अहिले चाहिँ अपसाइकल गर्ने exactly that's very useful नि त. अनि we can respect the resource we have in that sense पनि के. And we also need to have respect for the communities हुन्छ नि who are making these resources पनि के. जस्तै give it food होस्, give it के भन्छ हाम्रो अब नेपालमा हेर्यो भने चाहिँ नि के भन्छ ट्रेकिङ सिजनदेखि लिएर a lot of tourism happen नि. अनि त्यसमा चाहिँ नि मोस्टली चाहिँ नि local people, local communities are like affected a lot. Okay, so even when we think about like respecting the resources भन्दाखेरि अब इन्टरनेसनल टुरिज्म भयो हाम्रै नर्मल टुरिज्म होस् होइन हामी जता गइरहेको छ वी रेस्पेक्ट द रिसोर्स वी हेभ के टेक like look around us okay and like take in what has been provided to us and respect it okay even acknowledging yo cha and we need to protect it is like having that respect okay I think that's one of the ways I know what do you think
Yes, अब हाम्रो इट्स अलमोस्ट लाइक म चाहिँ एउटा ग्र्याटिट्युड पनि हो भन्छु कि ग्र्याटिट्युड प्र्याक्टिस किनभने हामीले युजली ओ हामीलाई यो पुग्या हुँदैन हामीलाई यो छैन भनेर त्यसमा धेरै फोकस गर्छौँ बट आई थिङ्क इट्स अलवेज अ गुड आइडिया to be grateful for all the resources that you do have and त्यसलाई युज गर्न सक्ने त्यसलाई आफ्नो हुन्छ नि इन्भाइरोमेन्टसँग राम्ररी कम्प्याटेबल बनाएर युज गर्न सक्ने एउटा स्किल सेटै भन्छु होइन त्यो स्किल सेट चाहिँ हामीले आफूमा चाहिँ बिल्ड गर्ने कन्फिडेन्स होइन बिल्ड गर्ने इन्करेजमेन्ट चाहिँ पाउनुपर्छ सो वी हेभ वान मोर vow that you will be reading so will you do the honors
our last and final vow is we vow to think before we buy and choose quality over quantity so one brand that pops up in my like mind especially your quality versus quantity भन्दा चाहिँ नि Patagonia भन्ने brand छ के
what is Patagonia
so it's a jacket हैन so they support grassroots activism अलिकति महँगो छ हैन ज्याकेट चाहिँ नि तर this brand ले चाहिँ के गरेको छ भन्दाखेरि they say कि एउटा ज्याकेट is enough for your lifetime buy one त्यसपछि they have how to sew their own jackets के in case हुन्छ नि बिग्रिहाल्यो भने अथवा लाइफटाइम वारेन्टी नै हुन्छ हैन सो इफ देयर इज एनिथिङ लाइक अलिकति अलिअलि फाटिया छ भने कसरी सिलाउने सिकाउँछ कसरी यो गर्ने यु डोन्ट निड मोर देन वान थिङ भनेर या सो द मेन थिङ इज चाहिँ वी टेक रेस्पोन्सिबिलिटी for the business we are doing, for the impact we are creating. Okay? So it's very important we support these brands. Again, very expensive by the brand, you know. But then just one of the examples, you know. अब हामीले आफ्नै के भन्छ के भन्ने वेजमा चाहिँ नि we can do this हुन्छ नि quality over quantity. So we can support local producerहरू हैन even like के भन्छ when you are buying something we know कि some it's homemade घरमा बनेको छ अथवा you're supporting a local business even like women empowerment हैन especially when we tie nutrition women empowerment together भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ नि त्यहाँको financial independence decision making for women पनि धेरै हुन्छ so when we think about product हुन्छ नि एउटा प्रोडक्टले चाहिँ नि it impacts in a ripple effect भन्छु के it's not just like one or two things it applies to a lot of things because many things are interconnected okay so it's very mindful about what we consume what we purchase and what we are like actively like engaging in okay so if we are mindful of these things I think all these vows are very attainable in our own ways again you don't have to make a big bang we don't have to encourage yahi nahi garnu parcha bhanne chaina you can start off with turning off the lights you can start with taking the public transport you can start with maybe having less meat or we can start with having like choosing organic food we can start with maybe knowing more about communities that support us okay having that respect so we can start with very little things that you can do by just incorporating one or two things in our
habits
daily lives so in that again immediately huncha bhanne chaina because habits you have to slowly build habits automatically hudaina
and it's a process
exactly अनि another thing is don't beat yourself over something हुन्छ ला आज मैले प्लास्टिक चुज गरिहालेँ भने don't be too guilty about it पनि हैन किन भन्दाखेरि it's a slow process हुन्छ नि you have to have that patience with yourself पनि and patience to like build that habit pani ke kinabhai it does not happen overnight
I agree so we're at the end of our mini series thank you so much Sanskriti for talking to me
thank you so much for having me ani yo bhande garda I'll take my leave thank you so much
thank you so today on Proposed Day we are not asking for grand promises we are proposing small but honest vows to ourselves, to each other, and to the planet. Because protecting the earth is the longest relationship we will ever have in our lives. So, what is your vow to the planet this Valentine's Day? Let me know.